Christmas in 2024, I received the getbeerfridge.com or beerfridge.com beer fridge advent calendar. It's supposed to be a limited edition. You had to pre-order it. I received it as a gift, and I've now reviewed all the beers in this package. I wanted to do a recap of what I thought about this. So the beer fridge advent calendar, so like I said, it's limited edition, comes in this box here. You order it. I looked on the website. It looks like it costs about $100. I couldn't tell whether you had to pay shipping or not, but there were discount codes and things, but you may have been able to get it for as cheap as $90. It's 12 beers, and they say they try to get it to you early enough that it's 12 days before Christmas, so you can do them for Advent, which is cool. And I didn't have time to do it for Advent, but I have done them since then and just interspersed them out through the last couple months. I don't know how I'm going to do this here, so it's just not in my face. Let me move old Rasputin. Maybe I'll put it over here. So I did them in order, and the first one up was Powder Tracks from Stoop Brewing. That was beer number 1. Beer number 2 was High Camp. It's a winter IPA, and that was from Balebraker Brewing. Beer number 3 was the Festive Ale Winter Warmer from Reuben's Brews. This one here, and I'll link all my reviews down below. You can go watch my reviews of these individual beers and see what I thought of different ones. This one right here, go check out that review. It was, I don't want to ruin it for you, but this is the Foggy Goggle from Shades Brewing Company. I've had a couple of beers from Shades. Shades does really good beers, but you need to go check out this review because it was definitely something different. As Brew says, try something different. Number 5 on the list, was Santa Claus from Bombastic Brewing. Now, Santa Claus, they had a QR code on the back, and it says you get a free gift. So I scanned the QR code to see what the free gift was, and it's some nice digital artwork. I use it as the title card for my review on this one. But it's pretty cool they send you like a digital artwork. Number 6 was our most popular holiday beer from Evil Twin. Number 7 was Imaginary Friends Winter IPA from Everybody's Brewing. Number 8 was the, I could still be mispronouncing it, Eredita Brewing Holiday Joy India Pale Ale. I was surprised to see that this box had a lot of IPA kind of beers. I don't think of IPAs as winter beers or beers in advent calendars. So that's kind of different. Where was I? This weed tasting beer is making me lose my memory. Number 9 was Baby Elves from Fat Orange Cat. I'm sure most of you are familiar with Fat Orange Cat. Number 10 was Meowie Christmas from Beach Cat Brewing. 2 cool cans here with cats on them. You know I love cats. Number 11 was the Gingerbread Fog from Abomination. It's a double dry hop, double India Pale Ale with spices. And number 12 was the Winter Warmer American Strong Ale from Wander. So, it's 12 different beers. And what did I think of it? Like I said, I'm surprised about how many IPAs there were. And there were some weird, interesting IPAs. And some things that I probably have never seen, would ever try. So, the beers, 12 beers. Like I said, it's about $100. So, that's averages roughly $8.30 a beer, but they're all 16-ounce beers. About what you would pay at a brewery for a pint of beer. For me, in Ohio, most of those beers, most of those breweries, I would never find, never see, probably could never get. There's a couple of them there, like Abomination and Fat Orange Cat, that I do see their beers from time to time. I don't really see Fat Orange Cat in Ohio, but I get to Pennsylvania a lot, and I see them in Pennsylvania. Abomination I do see here and there. I get different ways. But for the most part, it's beers and breweries I would never have seen or never experienced or never been exposed to before. So that was cool. Now, you have to go watch my reviews of all 12 of those beers to see what I thought of all 12. But I'll tell you this. I liked 9 out of the 12 beers. Unfortunately, there was only one that was an incredible, phenomenal beer. And also, unfortunately, there was one that should have been a sink pour, and I was a dummy and didn't sink pour it and regretted it later. So go check out those reviews to figure out which one is which. So would I buy this again? Would I buy that 12 beers of Christmas, the advent calendar, whatever it's called? Yeah, 12 beers of holiday cheer. That's what it's called. The craft beer advent calendar, 12 beers of holiday cheer. Would I buy it again? That depends. I think for what you get, it's a decent price. Because you're getting a lot of really small micro breweries that, depending on where you are in the country, you would never see. Especially if you're on the East Coast, most of those breweries you would never see. If it contained a completely different set of beers in 2025, I would absolutely buy it again. If it's the same beers, or even if it was beers from the same breweries, I would probably pass on it. Now, if you get into advent calendars and buy advent calendars, at least here in the US, there's a lot of the German advent calendars, and there's the Costco advent calendar, whether they're from like Kalia or something. And every year they have, for the most part, the same beers. There might be 1 or 2 different beers, but in general, it's the same beers from the same breweries every year, which is boring. But this company, if it's different beers every year, I would absolutely buy it. I would definitely check it out. Again, $8.30 a can for 16-ounce cans of beers that you're probably never going to see from breweries you're probably never going to see. Overall, I think it's a good value. It was fun trying it. It was fun doing all the reviews. I appreciate the gift. And yeah, as long as it's different beers next year, I don't even care where they're from. As long as it's just different beers, so it's not the same redundancy as like the Kalia and other advent calendars, I would absolutely buy it again. $100, totally worth it to me. Overall, 9 out of 12 beers I really enjoyed. One of the beers I said, I've had beers from that brewery before, and their beers are generally good. But you have to see that review to find out what I think about it. So it could have been 10 out of 12. That's a pretty good rating, pretty good score. And I hope you all appreciated me doing all those beer reviews for Advent in January, February, March. What'd you think of that? Did you like what I did? And as always, embrace the adventure.